This is my new 2022 bullet journal. Yes, I did say the right years. Had to think about that for a second. I'm going to keep hitting that. That's going to be unfortunate. Oh well. New 2022 bullet journal. So I decided to go with a B5. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. And these are my two previous bullet journals. So this pink one is the one I'm working on right now, and this was my first one. So I've not done that many bullet journals. And there's actually, between these two here, there are probably, what? I'm trying to think. 3 or 4 years? I'm going to go with 4. We'll look back and see when we get into them. But yeah, because I started these in college, I wasn't very consistent for the longest time. So I finally have gotten consistent. And this bullet journal is pretty much all very cohesive. Like, there's no breaks or anything in it. And this one, there are a couple of breaks. And then a couple of failed spreads. Because, you learn as you go on, like, what kind of spreads work for you and what don't. So, one thing I wanted to talk about to begin with is just kind of, like, showing these two bullet journals and some of the things that I tried, and just talk about some of the things that I learned, at least for myself. What am I trying to think? What I want to do. Oh, hi, Megan. Because you may think, oh, having a full daily spread, like, and I can show you an example. Like, I tried to do these where they're like full days. And it looks so nice, and you're like, oh, I want to be able to fill out all of this. But, and like, you can see I stopped filling it out. But even when I was filling it out, it was like, I don't know. You felt like I was being forced to fill it out, It wasn't like, oh, I want to do this. It's like, oh, well, now I have to do it because I made it. So that was a big thing for me, is realizing what works for me. Just because it looks pretty doesn't mean it's going to work. That's a big thing. What are some of my favorite spreads from here? Let me look real quick. The ones that I want to show. Because this one was... Oh, I think I know which one is good to show. I just love how this one turned out. And I'm not very high art or anything. So, one of these things I like to show is that you don't have to be artsy to do a bullet journal. I like to use stickers, which I've used here. And then I tried to stay away from doing anything that's gonna be, like, there's plenty you can do in your bullet journal to make it look pretty and not be a full-on artist, like stickers, for example. And then also accepting that your handwriting is not perfect. And my handwriting, it's better than some, for sure, but it's definitely not as nice as I would want it to be. So, there's some give and take. But these ended up looking so nice, at least when I filled them out. When I went on Christmas break, I think that one became pretty sparse. But these ones were just so nice. But the problem with these kind of spreads, really, is that, you put so much effort into putting them together. These take... I don't know. I did this one 2 years ago. If I sat down and did this all at once, obviously not filling it out, but just making the spread, I mean, this would take me probably an hour or so, or just like a long time. And so having to do 4 of these or 5 of these is just crazy. Or just too much. They do look nice, don't they?
Oh, that's a good stream. That's a good...
I'm actually a lot better with, like, spreads like these where there is somewhat a lot going on, but it's a lot more minimal, and especially with not having to put all my to-dos like under a specific day, that always gets me because I'm so bad about doing things on the day that I want to do them. I always end up doing them like 3 days later or whatever because I end up, I don't know, putting it off or just running out of time or something. I do like tracking my habits. Sometimes I feel like it forces me to do certain things. And that's one thing. I haven't been doing that lately. So lately this is what my spreads have been. And they've all, with different colors, they've looked like this, but just slightly different. And, you know, like I like having my tasks here. And I put some over here, especially if I really, really need to get it done on that specific day, like laundry or something. And then putting my events over here. Okay. Yeah, so these have been good for me, except for I have this good bad tracker here. And in theory, this was nice. I wanted to, like, reflect on some things, but I feel like it's sort of one of those afterthoughts for me. I don't want to say that reflection doesn't help me, but I don't think it's been helpful to me right now, like, reflecting on the things that went well and the things that went bad. They don't seem to be helping me right now, helping me change. And that's what I had hoped for. So in December, I'm kind of cutting that out, and I'm going to put a habit tracker. So I haven't actually done my December yet, but this is what it's going to look like with the December. But having that running task list, I really have to say that was something I found out about recently. And I really like this, you know, because like I said, I'm so bad about doing things on the day I think I'm going to do them. And then I hate having to be like, oh, well, I'm going to do it, you know, 3 days from now or whatever. So, yeah, so this is great. And, you know, it gives me space because, you know, sometimes I put, you know, a very few things. And then there's like this week where there's been a lot that I've wanted to get done. And I've been trying to write it all down. And I mean, sometimes I don't write down the things that I need to do. The other thing that I really liked doing in this bullet journal, and I've been bad about it lately because I feel like I've just been been having a hard time with sticking to like a very structured day, but having the workout schedule was really great for me for the longest time. But something about when I moved, wow, over a year ago, I just kind of threw off everything. And, you know, I completely work from home now with my other job. And it's just been, because, you know, you don't have to, I have to be at work at a kind of specific time, but not really. So it kind of makes it hard because, you know, usually when I was going into the office, I had to wake up at a specific time to get to work. And then I'd wake up a little bit earlier so I could do yoga, and then I'd get home from work, and then I'd work out, and then I'd eat dinner, and then, you know, and then I'd have my nightly time to myself. So, you know, now it's like, oh, I could wake up at 6 a.m., you know, and do something, but then again, I could sleep till 6:30 and just get to work on time because I just have to walk upstairs. So, anyway, I really do want to get back to doing a workout schedule this next year. The other goals for my 2022 bullet journal that I want to do, so I got a B, so now I'll talk about why I did a B5 size, because right now I am tracking my work in a separate journal. So now I'm sitting at my desk every day and I have like 4 journals all over the place, and I'm like, I want to be able to put like all of my work, all of my personal stuff, and then like all of my stuff because I'm doing more with Twitch and Instagram and everything. I want to be able to put that all in there, and that definitely takes up more space. So that's one of the reasons for the B5 size. I also just, I don't know, I like things that are larger, I guess, in terms of having more space for things. And I thought it'd be a fun change, you know, to see how that works, how the B5 works for me. You know, these Lodge terms, they have a lot more pages. You know, I think there's like 251 pages in here. And so with this one, I can't remember how many pages are in this. That's a good question. But definitely a lot less. I think there's like 160 maybe. I don't know. It doesn't say on there. So yeah, but this is also like my first really fancy journal. You know, these ones are nice. But the page quality, the page color is different, and the page quality is a lot different. So this is 80 GSM. You know, you can see that there's like ghosting and everything in this one. And honestly, like, it doesn't bother me. You know, I don't use like super heavy mediums or anything for the most part. But this one's gonna, you know, hold things a lot better. And I do want to work with some more paints this year, I think. I got some gouache that I want to use. So that's something that this is going to be better for. I mean, it's also super cute. It's got a strawberry theme. And, like, look at this. It's just so cute. Look at the gilded edges. This is one reason I've been so nervous to start it, because I'm just like, it looks so cute. I don't want to ruin it. Just I want to show some pages I was really happy about. Here's one that I really liked. This is a birthday spread I did. I don't really know how I did the circle back then, but I did, and this was fun. I don't think I'm going to do a birthday spread this year. I'm just going to put it on my future log, honestly, because I think mostly because of the limited amount of pages in this book. I don't want to have a whole page taken up for this, and it is B5, so it would be a waste of space. So that's why. Oh, this one was nice. This one was cute. My little October spread. Just so simple. And I like how this looks. So overall, everything in my second bullet journal, I've just been so happy with. And you know, I stuck to simple, you know, and I stuck to what I liked and what I knew, and I kept it simple because, you know, you want to do what works for you. And honestly, if I don't do it too involved, then it's not too bad. And also having the time to make all the spreads and everything, because I do work another job. It's, you know, it's easier to keep it simple. And I did change up my week spreads a bit. So my monthly spreads all kind of stayed the same for a little bit, but I played around with this because I wanted to try to find, you know, like what would work for me. And this, again, I tried doing the time tracking, and that's just like, it's so time consuming. Did I stop doing it? No. I think a lot of this ended up being me just wanting to fill it out like a month later. And I did the same thing here too. Oh, this is a spread I always really liked, and I did it. Did I do it? Yeah, I did it in my other bullet journal too, I think. Hold on. Let me check and see. I thought I had a cleaning spread in here. Yeah. So this was the first iteration of it. And I didn't fill this out because I had moved, and then that's in this journal here. So this was really nice. I'm actually going to change up how I do my cleaning tracking. I really like this because there's just, there are so many things that have to be done that I want to get done, you know, to keep my house looking nice and in order and everything. And this is nice. Actually, because I live in a bigger space now, this is not enough space to write everything that I need to do, and that's why I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I actually have some things on Pinterest I'm going to probably go off of for that. So yes, cleaning spread, for me at least, 100% necessary, you know, and there have been some things I've been bad about doing, and I think the big one is washing my car, because I can't take my car to one of the, like, just any car wash because it peels off my car paint. So that's been one thing I've been so bad about doing is getting my car washed. But I want to be better about that. I'm going to be better about it this year, this next year. Either washing my car myself, especially because I have a house now, you know, it makes it easy to do something like that versus when you live in an apartment. So I really should be better about that. I think what we're going to do is kind of jump into working on this, I guess. I'm so nervous. I'm like, I don't want to write in it. I don't want to mess it up. You have to, you know? You just have to start. And then once you start, it's so much better. So I kind of wrote down the way I wanted to do stuff. So I saw something where someone put their key on this page, and I thought that, like, oh, that's great, because I don't need, like, a whole page for my key. There's definitely things I'm cutting out in this one. I'm cutting out... Let me just double check. I'm cutting out an index, because this does not come with a built-in index. And personally, I didn't see the point. You know, like, I write down the index, but I'm never looking at it, and I'm never referring back to it. And, you know, mostly I had it because, that's, you know, when you go online and you start a bullet journal, like, that's what everyone has. That's what you feel like you need. But honestly, I wasn't using it. It wasn't like I needed to know what page something was on. It would take me, like, 2 seconds to flip to the page I was interested in. Or I would use, like, there's page markers, and I would use one of the page markers. Just because... That's, anyway, because I'm usually not trying to, like, refer back to, like, 20 different spreads. And now I have, I have the paper clip here that comes with this journal. It's just this cute little, strawberry paper clip. And so I can also put this, somewhere so that I can flag a page that I want to look at. But yeah, usually I'm only referring back to, like, what week it is and, like, my cleaning schedule, usually, or, like, which hopefully this one goes better next year. Right now, I have my spread for my 100 books in 2021 challenge. And actually, that'll probably go in my reading journal next year. It won't even be in here. So yeah, I won't even, it'll just be my cleaning schedule I'm referring back to. The other thing I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to do more, like, tabs, because I've seen a lot of that and I really like it. And yeah, I want to do that. So I need to get a corner rounder. Now, I don't know what these corners are here. I don't know how to measure that. I'll have to look that up or see, because you want to do them all the same size. So yeah, I'm going to get a corner rounder. I don't have that right now. Am I going to cut tabs today? I might, like, kind of section off where I'm going to tab things, and do it like that. There is one specific girl on YouTube that I'm going to refer back to her 2021 spreads, because I like sort of the format of how she set it up. Her name is, let me look real quick so I say the right name. She does a lot of different things, but I really like her bullet journal stuff. I just like how her setups are. Jessica Starr is her name on YouTube, and yeah, I think her stuff is great. Move my mic out of the way. The other problem is, why do I have such a long name that is definitely not going to fit on here? Over here, we're going to write 2022. And we're going to remember what year it is. definitely going to add some decoration to this page. I didn't talk about that, but I think sort of my theme for this year, I don't have a cat behind me anymore, is going to be like, I got, so this was a collection, Notebook Therapy. It was like the Tea Party collection. So I have like the washi tape set for that. That's really cute. So it's kind of going to be like a Japanese, Sakura kind of theme. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is sort of a new thing I wanted to try out doing. Okay, good, Megan. I was like, hopefully I wasn't just ignoring it for a long time. Anyway, I wanted to be able to share my bullet journaling with other people, so that's why I started this, and I just would be fun.